check out her aura.
Is there a smell of blood?
How much time do you think you need?
Very well sculpted.
The treasonous blood flows through their veins. Welcome to RollQ, where super nerds with questionable accents tell a great story. I'm your GM Q. We saved you a seat, so grab your dice and let's roll. On a rare day off, the party checked in on some old friends, giving some comfort and gaining some knowledge along the way. For more, here's Joe with the 25-word recap.
Sacred Flask Concoction, Van Richten's Failed Adoption, Dusk Elf Fears Returning Whence Escapes Shadow Burning, Seeking Silvery Weapons, Dragons, Moonlight, Ley Lines for Tomorrow Night.
Shannon, I want to throw it to you.
We're really excited to have you. If you are joining us via podcast, please know that we are way better in live color. Actually, we're not live. We are recorded. So check us out on YouTube because we're beautiful. Seriously. And if you don't think we are, hit us up in comments. Let us know what do we need to do? Botox?
I am very well sculpted.
As you leave the Blue Water Inn on your way to Wachter House, in order to meet Lady Wachter and Victor Velakovich, to harness the power of the ley line beneath Wachter House, to go to the ethereal plane and hopefully rescue the soul of Stella Wachter. The evening is crisp and cold. The full moon is battling with the clouds, a struggle between light and dark. Sam, you flex your newly silvered right fist, turning it to the moonlight to catch the sparkle. As you walk, Oksana, Irina sidles up to you. And she'll say, so, you know the thing we did, the aura thing?
Yes. Yes. How did that go for you?
Strangely well, but so I felt better about the whole Strahd thing for a moment while it was happening. We sort of knew to expect that, but I still feel it now, and it's still the emotions return, but it's like I understand it better. I mean, in my head, I of course knew all my guilt about this was Strahd and the red hair was all wrong. But it's like somehow now I emotionally understand it as well, that Strahd has orchestrated all of this and none of this is my fault at all. And I'm most grateful that my soul is not helpless this time around. This time I have you by my side, all of you. Although, of course, tonight I may have to bureaucrat. You arrive at the front door of the Wachter house. Two of the associates are standing guard outside. We have been expecting you. Please enter. You open the door to walk into this sort of vestibule, and immediately coming down the stairs is Lady Fiona Wachter. She's not wearing her traveling gear like last time, nor her normal black dress. She is in the full Ezra, like full religious battle garb. The prominent symbol of Ezra on the front, sort of down the side, almost a gray sort of misty pinstripe in a way. And she'll say, all right, Velakovich and I are already out back.
As she's turning to start speaking to the rest of the party, he looks over her gear and then sort of self-consciously polishes his rather tarnished and dinged up holy symbol of Lathander.
Go ahead and make a perception check, Sam. While he's doing that, Oksana, go ahead.
I want to check out her aura.
Cool.
17.
17. You see the mace, and she had brought her mace with her when you went to fight the hags, but it seems not tarnished as much. Seems like it has been polished by someone, probably not her, to a bright shine. Her aura is red and swirling. You've seen enough to know that red is a negative emotion, and most often it is fear. So despite her sort of cool, business-like exterior, her aura looks very, very afraid.
Are you all right? You ready? You good? You're all here?
Yes, I'm all here. Just anxious to get it done with. we go.
Understandable. Yes.
She'll walk you out through the back door, and just outside, just to your right, there's a cellar door that kind of is made of wood, open, sort of diagonal opens like that. There you see Victor Velakovich is already standing there waiting. He looks very sort of, his eyes seem to be darting all over the place. Two of the associates stand there as well. And Lady Wachter will sort of nod to one of them and say, "All right, open."
Sam
The
will walk
associates-
over to Victor and place his hand gently on Victor's shoulder, and will say, "The blessings of the Morning Lord are upon us. All will be well."
I hope so. It's just we've all gone to a lot of trouble to get this. I just really need this to work. But I'm glad you're with us, Sam, and I hope the Morning Lord will bless us indeed.
Remember what you do this for. Place Stella's heart in front of your own, and you will always walk the right path.
Her heart's been in front of mine since the day I met her. I hope this is the right path. The doors open, and you're looking down at the most mundane stone steps leading down into what from here seems an incredibly mundane basement. Lady Wachter will tell the associates, "You two will guard the door. Irina, I thank you again for your service. Halik will expect you on the inside. I wanted to give you a stack of papers to go through, but I haven't yet. However, Halik has instructions that on the morrow he will bring you this stack of papers, and you will know what it is to be me." Irina says, "Well, I hope you're back before tomorrow. I hate paper." She'll look at all of you, lingers maybe a little longer with you, Oksana, and she'll say, "I tell you to be brave, but there's no need of that. Be smart. Come back."
There is need of that.
Did she
She'll
hear
kinda
that?
smirk at you, Gummer. Yeah. She kind of smirks at Gummer and she says, "All right then, paper pushing, here I come." She will walk back in the house. The associates are waiting for you on either side. Lady Wachter will give Victor a nod, sort of turn towards you and say, "Moon is full. Let us go."
Sam starts walking.
You walk down the stairs and you really are, it looks like any cellar you've ever seen. There are 4 cots on the sides. And then on the right, there is behind a sort of cabinet. Lady Wachter reaches and pulls an absolutely in plain view lever. She pulls the lever, and the door opens into another darker chamber. She enters that chamber, Victor behind her.
Sam will go. I think he's used to leading the way of the rest of the party.
We're not getting Durst House vibes, are we?
Make an insight check.
I wouldn't have any insight about that.
24.
Oh, okay. With a 24, can you be more specific about what Durst House vibes you're imagining?
Is there a smell of blood or incense or God
Mutant
knows
baby.
chanting?
There is no smell coming from the chamber except must and the smell of plain old burning candles.
The governor will follow.
As you enter, you see that there is a candelabra in each corner. The light almost seems to be swallowed. There should be enough candles to light this room well, and it's light enough to see, but not lit well. Inscribed on the stone floor is a black pentagram. The pentagram is encircled. It's as though black paint has been used to create this pentagram. It's about 25 feet across. The whole room is about probably 35 feet across. There's at each point also there's a chair, a sort of black carved stone chair, not large, but it is certainly, this pentagram is certainly used for rituals, and the people who sit in the chairs are the ones who do them. The other thing, which is impossible to miss, is all over the floors and the walls are gouges in the stone, scratches. There are bloodstains, but they look very old, faded. There's one spot against the western wall, and it's clear of gouges, but still carved. In a 3-foot square, there's a carving of a dagger. The dagger has a curved hilt, and the metal is almost wave-like. And beneath it, in common, the words, "In silence, comma, death."
Do I recognize that from any religious mottos that I may have encountered over my stony existence?
Make a religion check. I will say your DC's quite high.
I figured, since I'm not from here, but you never know. There seem to be parallels in some places. Oh, 22.
22. The dagger makes you think of Baal from the Forgotten Realms, from the Sword Coast. The evil
Murder God Ball? Okay.
murder god Baal. Go ahead and make a straight perception check.
As Gummer is investigating those, Sam moves from the dagger and walks up by Gummer and will speak to him after the results of his check come.
22.
Okay, very good.
I think he would be looking to see if it was an animal, or because he's been on the receiving end of it, if it's like a vampire spawn.
So, while not positive it is a vampire spawn, it is definitely some kind of non-animal, because with a 22, it's almost, you would miss it unless you were looking for it, because the gouges are just everywhere, and it appears to be completely random. But as you look, you realize, and it's hard to see because the letters are constantly crisscrossed with others. Every gouge on the wall and the floor is a single word: traitor. The word traitor is carved multiple thousands of times on the walls and the ceiling.
As Gummer is taking that in, Sam leans in and, in a gravelly whisper, says, "This has been a site dedicated to Baal."
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It says traitor all over the place. Whether it's a traitor to Baal or a traitor for Baal, I don't know.
Lady Wachter will sort of notice you guys looking, and she'll say, "I've tried many things, both magical and non-magical, to try to remove these carvings, and I cannot. On the other hand, there seems to be no magic at all in the carvings or the stone itself. I found this Stella both secure and valuable despite the message."
Can I, make just an educated guess at the purpose of the arrangement magically here? The stuff that seems it's older than tonight, right? It wasn't prepared for this.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Poor roll, but comes up to a 16.
16. This would be you could imagine that her and the 4 associates would cast the binding circle around the house, sitting in this area, and the ley line is supposed to be running right underneath your feet. So this would be a focus where multiple people can pour their magic into one larger thing. In terms of exactly what, not sure.
Sure.
Gummer will, and as long as Wachter isn't staring right at him, he will tell the traitor information and I guess since Sam isn't there, the ball information to Oksana and to Carmog.
She's not looking right at you. As she says that to you, she kind of turns and it's almost like because you guys are new eyes, she's looking at it with new eyes herself in some way.
Would Oksana know anything specific to that? Would that make any sense for her?
About
It's okay.
the murder thing?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, and for you, I think this would be a history check.
It's a 4.
4. Doesn't look familiar.
Didn't think so.
Victor will say, when you all are ready, he'll walk over to the very center of the pentagram and he'll take out that onyx heartstone and he'll just place it gently on the ground. When you are ready, just come stand inside the edge of this circle.
Victor, how much time, once we obviously locate Stella and so forth, but how much time do you think you need?
At least probably 10 minutes for the teleportation circle to pull Stella back. I have to draw it on the floor. Rather than take us all back at once, I'm going to try to send her back first and then us. I don't know if that will make any difference, but it feels like it might.
Understood.
So when you say the words, then we have to keep you safe? Like, when is it going to happen? When does he say?
Once the circle is drawn, the 10 minutes will begin as he says the words.
Presumably, it would also be bad if he is murdered beforehand.
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
Victor steps into the circle. He's got his mage hand out, and the mage hand is holding this ethereal entities book. And as the mage hand holds it, he's using one hand to page through it, and the other hand looks like it's going to be the one moving to cast the spell.
Sam goes.
Yep.
Victor begins to speak. You see that his right hand, the one holding the pages, is absolutely shaking like a leaf. But the left, as it traces these delicate patterns, is very steady. It starts traces of light in the air, almost like a sparkler. The chant, which is an ancient form of, those of you who speak Elvish, it sounds very like Elvish, but also very different. And you notice the heartstone starts to hum with this energy. As it does, the world itself starts to shudder. Not like an earthquake exactly, but almost like a shake back and forth. As that happens, this black pentagram starts to glow. It glows white with a bright blue on the outside. And then the heartstone in the middle starts to actually float into the air. As it does, Victor's voice grows louder as the rest of the world goes quiet, like the rest of the world is listening to him too. You notice that mist starts to roil in from the corners, and the room begins to shake as the stone floor flickers. Dark, light, dark, light. As the light holds and you feel the power of this spell starting to climax, suddenly there's, from the carved dagger, a dark shadow emerges. The shadow is tall and hooded. It seems to almost peel away from the wall, and it reaches its dark, long claws toward you. Victor, seeing it coming, wavers for a moment, but then he shouts the final syllable. As he does, the shadow disappears, and your body lurches, as if there's a tether right from your midsection, and it yanks on you. Your vision blurs, and overpowering nausea rips through your body, and gravity is completely lost as your body floats through the air. But all of this happens in less than a second. And almost as soon as you notice these feelings, it stops. You look around you and you are still in the cellar. The pentagram is still on the ground, the chairs, the candelabras. But everything is a different color. The walls and the floor are, and the ceiling itself are almost translucent. They are present and you can see them, but they're intangible, as though you could walk right through them in any direction. Down, sideways, up. Outside the room, you do see that there are clouds of mist that kind of hanging like veils in every direction. You are now in the ethereal plane.
Do we hear anything? Like, is it muffled?
It's not so much like a muffling as it is, there's not really any sound. And so the things you do hear are very, very quiet.
Are we trying to keep a low profile, or are we trying to find her fast?
Victor says, the idea is she'll come to us. She should be able to feel when we're here. And look. You look up, you follow Victor's eyes, and about 10 feet above you, you see the spirit of Stella Wachter floating right towards you. And she says, Victor! As she comes through, you notice a couple of things about her. Stella in the mirror had legs. This Stella floats and has no legs. You look down and realize at this moment that you too are floating.
Oh,
They took your legs? Those bastards.
Wait, she's not flying. She doesn't have legs. Got it.
Her legs have actually... She did have legs the last time that you saw her. She looks even more translucent and thin than she did the last time. Go ahead and make an Arcana check, those of you that would be looking closely at her.
Is it kind of like Back to the Future when they just start to disappear in the
17, which is amazing because I'm not trained in Arcana at all.
6. And I am.
26. In addition to looking at Stella, like I'm just the space itself. Like, is she coming through stuff? Are we seeing through ceiling and walls and stuff?
She came
in this place?
from 10 feet above. She came right through the ceiling.
Okay, that's what I
The
thought.
ceiling is still there, but it almost rippled like water as she went through it. But yeah, she went right through it. So Gummer, there's too much to look at. And it feels both incredibly earthly and also incredibly unnatural at the same time. Oksana,
Gummer
what
is
was that
so-
roll?
7.
6? Oh.
Same thing. So much to see. Sam, you would look at her and think that, yes, she is in fact fading. Cormac, with a 26, you would give her hours before this ends. It is, though, as Shannon said, exactly like Back to the Future, where she is being erased bit by bit. The legs are gone, the rest is fading. That's exactly what it's like.
This is our demographic, guys.
Exactly what it's like. So Stella flies up to Victor and she tries to embrace him, but her arms go right through him. Kind of looks, and Victor looks at her and says, he tries to touch her arms and he can't. I'm here in the same plane with you. That should have worked. We should be able to touch each other. You're disappearing.
It's fading. We must hurry.
He needs to move really fast. He will pull chalk from his robe, and he kneels down and immediately starts to chalk this circle.
She is fading, and she doesn't have much time by my estimation, but there's more for us to understand about what's happening. And I don't know who's next to me. I want to reach out and see if we can touch each other. And
Oksana will be right there.
Sure. Like, does that between us behave normally?
It's completely normal.
And like solid walls or objects, like what happens with us? If I
So
try to
when you put your hand, the chairs seem to feel real and have weight. When you put your hand on the wall, it's almost like you can decide. If you lean on it, it will hold your weight. You're not going to fall through. But if you think, I would like to go through this wall, your hand pushes right through it, and your body would push through it too.
That's
As your hand does push through it, you notice your hand is a little obscured, a little bit hard to see. This is not like a pane of glass. Outside is a little shady as you push it through. It's at this moment that Stella notices her mother, and she'll fly to her mother and, Mother, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorries, we'll wait. To hear your voice is... I thought I'd never hear it again. Stella says, I think... Victor's very smart. He works very hard. I think this can work. She'll look at you guys and she'll say, thank you all for supporting Victor. I mean, you've come for me, but really all this is for Victor. He works so hard. Victor, for
Nice
his part, is
point.
not listening to anything. He's chalking as fast as he can.
What can we do to help? Is there anything we can do?
Just, once I'm done with this, I'm gonna cast a spell. It's gonna, I think it could make a sound and could make a big light. Once that happens, just keep us safe for 10 minutes. I'll do the rest.
Keep your eyes
Understood.
open.
Sam loosens his sword in its scabbard.
We may or may not, and Cormac says this with his hand partially hidden through the wall. We may or may not be able to see dangers coming. I'm not sure if they'll be able to hide themselves, as I cannot entirely see my hand on the other side of the wall, but we may see them coming as we saw Stella coming through the ceiling. But we need to be ready.
Cormac, do you have on your mage armor?
That's a tremendous question that obviously would have been resolved on the walk over here.
I just wasn't sure. I
Um.
look at your face and I am just mesmerized.
I do now.
Is there anything flammable in here?
It doesn't look like it. You look at the candles and there is sort of they seem to be burning, but it's burning kind of a cold blue light. And as you move your hand towards it, it flickers like fire, but there does not seem to be any heat.
Gummer's going to cast Firebolt, not Fireball, Firebolt, at one of the candles just to see, because he doesn't want to try and save Stella and burn down Wachter House at the same time.
As Gummers sort of starts to get ready for this, you guys all see that Gummers looks like he's about to do something.
Can somebody
Do you see something?
No, I just wanted to see if I cast fire here, is it going to affect something in the real world so that I don't go willy-nilly with it?
Willy-nilly. I like this phrase.
You liked Heidi Hole, so
Dude, you're quite good at these little phrases.
Gummer, you cast the spell. The fire shoots out. Everything looks normal. It seems to go a little bit through that candelabra, and it smacks into the corner of the wall and dissipates just as if it was hitting a stone wall.
Right.
It does not penetrate through.
He holds out his hands for Sam. Sam, can I lean on you for a moment?
Yes, I will be here for you always.
This may be really stupid.
Yes.
You said that if we think about moving through the walls, we can move through the walls. Like it's partially conscious.
Cormac, I would say that you had that experience and could relay that.
That's how it seemed to me. Yes.
He wants to think just for a moment about going through the floor.
You start floating through the floor.
Oh my god, I really am part of the land. Oh, all right. And then he'll pull himself back up.
Having the thought, you put your hands and suddenly it's solid again. And you push yourself back up, but you realize if I wanted to push myself up through the ceiling, I could. It's like zero gravity, except you don't have to push on anything. You just have to think, I'd like to go that way. And you do. From outside the wall, you hear this sound. This kind of is muffled now that's outside the wall. And it sounds like a laugh. The laugh of a boy, a young man, hard to tell. And you see the mist swirling, and it looks like something is coming toward you.
Silvered quarterstaff shillelagh.
Bless everybody except. Oh, it's really.
I'm going to metagame here and just say,
Should I wait?
don't bless. Wait.
Okay.
Don't bless.
I'm like, oh, there's
I'm
something
so
I need.
sorry, but I was just like, if she uses her one
damn it.
bless now, she's going to be so
You.
pissed that nothing happens for however long.
All right. Well, let's just you keep
As you
me
guys all
informed.
sort of morphin ready power stance. You see coming through the mist is a boy, is 13 or 14 years old, maybe. Seems pretty well dressed, a mop of hair, is definitely a spirit, much thicker and much more present than is Stella. And he comes through with a smile on his face. And as he approaches, Stella looks and she says, Erasmus, here. The boy kind of comes through the wall and kind of circles around you almost like he's having fun. And then he'll come next to Stella and she'll say, I'd like to introduce you all to my friend, Erasmus van Richten.
Hello.
Hi. He'll reach out to shake your hand, Sam.
I will give him a firm handshake.
His hand feels like a hand in the material plane. His hand feels like a hand. He'll
How
go
old is
around
he?
shaking. Sorry, go ahead, please.
How old is he again?
13 or 14.
Okay.
He'll sort of shake hands, and as he goes around, he'll say, we've kind of met before. Sorry about the mess I left on the floor.
No, you're
sorry.
But better when you're not coming through the window, yeah?
Yeah, indeed.
your window pane penmanship is excellent.
Thank you. It's some things from here, this side you can do, and others you can't. I just try to help as many people as I can. You see, he looks down, and as you follow his eyes go to Victor. Victor's looked up and just sort of gives a terse nod. And Erasmus stops smiling.
I feel there is something very human occurring, which I am missing out on.
At the risk of splitting our focus, so Erasmus said, I'm very curious. Is this... That's a strange way to ask the question. Is this the only place you are?
Yes. Well, it's the place I have to come back to. This is the only place I can live. Well, I'm here by choice. If I was ready to move on to whatever's next, I could make that choice. But once I'd done that, I could never come back. And for now, at least, I want to be here.
I see.
I've helping people. I've been helping Stella find her way, help her to hide. I'm worried, though. I mean, you can see she's disappearing really fast.
Have the two of you encountered any other friendly denizens of this place while you've been here?
Not friendly. Although we haven't... She kind of look at Stella, says like, we haven't really tried to make any friends. We hide just as soon as we see or hear anything coming, but I can say, and I think Erasmus would back me up, I do not think anything that we've seen would be friendly.
Are they vulnerable to silver?
Erasmus will say, I know what you mean. I have no idea. I've touched silver and I'm not vulnerable to silver, so it doesn't necessarily mean that they're all the same as me. There are lots of different spirits floating around here, but I would think not.
I like that Sam has turned into like a newly engaged person who's just like, what? This old thing. Excuse me, let me grab that for you. Oh, this.
Self-actualization, guys.
Something to punch, please, please. As you look down, it looks like Victor he's gone about 3/4 of the way around this circle, so it looks like he's not long from being finished.
Stella's still there?
Mm-hmm.
So what are we seeing? Like, just paint the picture briefly.
You're all in this room. Again, the walls, ceiling, and floor are there, but there's all kind of it's all very bluish and white-ish. The pentagrams glowing white and blue on the floor. The carvings and the gouges have disappeared. The carving of the dagger is gone. Stella is here. She looks very translucent, like she is fading.
Okay.
Erasmus is here. He looks sort of the way Stella looked when you first saw her. Like, he is also a spirit, but he's much more solid.
And
Lady
it's just
Walker
us?
kind of... Just you guys and Lady Walker also, whose eyes are looking around, and you do see on her shoulder Majesto has appeared.
Stella, Erasmus, what do I need to look for to know if I need to like do an important thing that won't need my slots?
If I understand you right, I don't think you'll have to ask. I think when Victor starts this spell, I think there will be a big glow. There are spirits around here that are looking for anything, especially another spirit might think that if they can get in Stella's place, that their spirit can be sent to Stella's body instead. Obviously, we don't want another spirit to take her place, so we'll have to stop them. I'll certainly help. As he says that, Lady Walker will go ahead and draw her mace and kind of flip it idly like that as she looks and her eyes move around.
Having spotted Majesto on her shoulder, Cormac will try to bring Revarnthus in and see if that works normally.
You cast the spell. Revarnthus appears as normal.
That's good to know. Perhaps if I need to summon anything else, I'll be able to do that as well. Or Revanthus can just help us on his own.
Erasmus will say, most magic should work here. You all that are here, you're not different really than you're in a different place, but you're still yourselves. And as you look at, you're not ethereal at all. Like, you're flesh and blood. Other than the way the light makes your skin look, everything's the same.
It is not my usual way of thinking about things, but I have to say that although I've read enough in that book and others to suggest that everything would be normal here, it's quite different to experience it.
He says, yeah, it goes back and forth from peaceful to tense. Since Stella's been here, the spirits they're more restless, like they know something's happening, but the problem with the spirits is the longer you're here, the more of your mind you lose. Many of them have been here so long that they've gone utterly mad. That's why we hide. That's why we're so careful. Victor will say, okay, all right, I'm ready. Stella, come here to the center. Once I start, it's going to take me 10 minutes. Like I said, I'm going to stay. We're going to send Stella away, and then we'll send ourselves after that. Keep us safe, please. Stella goes to the center. She sort of looks around, kind of smiles, but feel the fear in her. Erasmus says, here it comes. The circle's going to glow. We've got to protect them. Victor will begin. It's a low chant, like the other, but smoother, less powerful, less plosives. Almost immediately you see the glow of the spell. The pentagram especially begins to glow. And almost immediately the mists around you begin to swirl. Shadows are moving inside them. Emerging from the mist are 5 sort of ghostly figures surrounding you as best as they can. They're floating skeletons with shocks of long white hair, robes that have been tattered and torn. And as they advance, they whisper, life. Life is such a sweet smell. Beyond the veil, so close. Please, 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 please. And now we will roll initiative, and we'll hear what our initiative is when we come back from our break. We will begin at the initiative with Oksana. Oksana, you can see outside there's these specters, and the whispering is coming through, starting to blend all together.
Oksana is going to cast Bless on herself, Sam, and Cormac.
Okay.
Blessed. Hashtag.
1d4.
Because this is a new Oksana, and it's the first time you're casting it, what does your bless sound like and look like?
She's just going to point at maybe put her hand on her heart or point to the others, and she's going to try to say, by the light of Lathander, but she's going to say, by the light of, and it's just going to kind of stop and flow down, like, by the light of, and then just point in.
By the light
Up
of
to interpretation.
Yeah.
The silver.
Here, and that is my turn.
Okay, very good. Spectre number 3. 5, 10, 15. And Cormac, it reaches out with this white hand to try to touch you, and that is a 14 to hit.
That's a miss with the
The
well-reminded mage armor up.
The 14 will miss. As it reaches, it kind of tries to grab onto you, but it's almost like the mage armor makes the hand slip off. It maintains contact with you. That is its turn. Lady Wachter, watching these now specters come around her and her daughter.
Yeah. So let me just.
Shall I have Majesto go first?
Oh, that's fine. Just
Okay.
count some squares.
Majesto's going to. What is Majesto going to do? Majesto is going to give the help action to Sam. Give Sam
Oh.
advantage.
I love advantage.
Majesto has gone. Lady Wachter.
All right, so she is just going to unsurprisingly step over in defense of her daughter. I think if she goes all the way to here. Oh, that's Erasmus over there. I'm stupid. I keep thinking he's a specter.
It's hard.
He is not. So then, actually, she will go a step farther, wanting to do her thing. She will go over here. As she does, casting her Spirit Guardians. Obviously, she would designate all of her friendlies to be unaffected. Those two specters over there who need to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay. First, Spectre 3. That is a failure. And Spectre 5 is also a failure.
Awesome. So they will take 16 damage.
Woo.
It's radiant if she's good or neutral, and necrotic if she's evil.
She's neutral.
Okay.
She's neutral.
Confirmed.
Typical Cormac. This was all just research.
That's right. All right, I think that's her for the round.
As these symbols of Ezra circle around, you can see that these specters are just like ripped into this. And they are almost completely torn apart already.
Just to make sure, because the way this thing goes, and I know I could probably have swept around and done a little bit more damage, but I thought she would go in Stella's direction to begin with. But she will take a step back, just so that anything that comes at Stella from the opposite side will have to enter her emanation.
Okay, very good. That is Lady Wachter. Sam, the specter floats toward you and
Get
reaches
some.
its ghostly hand toward your stony flesh. And that is an 8.
That will not hit.
So it reaches out, and almost as though it's like it's moving slowly. And whether Majesto on your shoulder helps at all, it kind of feels like it helps. Spectre number 4, and 15, 20. He will reach his misty hand out at you, Gummer. And that is a 6 to hit.
That doesn't hit. Just in
Thank you for a lot of suspense. Yes. So the specters all come through, but you almost get the idea they were expecting Stella, and it's lots of things now. And Spectre 4 walked right into the Spirit Guardians. Spectre 4 gets hurt. That is a natural 20.
Okay. Still half. And it is going to be half of a pretty good number. Half of 18, so 9.
9 points of damage. So even this specter, as it flies through, you see it sort of gets smacked pretty hard, but it seems a little hardier than the rest.
I love how Stella's a bag.
That's a humanoid, right? Like a humanoid is a bag. It's one of these
Of goods.
ranger of these rando owlbear tokens, which are actually generally quite good, I think. But yes,
Yeah.
a humanoid being a bag is a little...
It's a bag of hit points.
She's the MacGuffin. I mean, she's the thing we're trying to transport.
Oh, well. All right. Cormac and Ravanthus.
He's going to pull out his dagger and use that for True Strike. Swiping at this guy with radiant brain-powered stabbing attack. So that's going to be 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Awesome.
As you send the radiant damage through this dagger, your hand goes right through this thing, and the radiance just pops it,
Awesome.
and it is gone.
Something tells me these aren't the main course.
Doubtful. Yeah, I think that's good.
Gummer, your turn.
Gummer is going to grab Pocket Rock again, and he's going to kind of aim it at the ceiling and try and catch some of the moonlight and glance it off. And he's going to cast Moonbeam right on Spectre 4, so I need a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution save is an 8.
That will be 16 radiant damage.
16. So you drop the moonbeam on this thing. It comes through, the spirit guardian smashed, and you spotlight the moonbeam directly on it, and it burns right through it. And it too evaporates.
He will he'll load up his quarterstaff with shillelagh again and call it there. That's his turn.
Okay. Sam!
Let's just be straightforward. There is a specter that was reaching out at me. I'm going to reach back at it with my sword.
All
which
right.
I am going to imbue by channeling divinity into it and turning it into a sacred weapon. 29 to hit.
That more than double hits. I feel like there should be something for going double in AC, but oh well. Alas,
no.
there is not, but it's a palpable hit.
A palpable hit for 13 points of radiant damage.
This thing kind of disincorporates, but interestingly enough, in the ethereal plane, as you carve into this thing, it really does seem to be made of flesh. And although it comes out and sort of reconfigures itself, again, it does feel very flesh-like. Much different than creatures like this that you have incurred in the material plane. It does remain in front of you.
I am going to slash at it again with my second attack. 28.
Yes, hit.
For 10 points of radiant damage.
The second strike cuts through this specter, vanishes.
Sam turns from that specter, will go up to here, presenting himself as a target for specter number 2.
Very well. Specter number 5. Specters are average intelligent, and specter number 5 was smashed. So, nowhere to go but through the circle. It reaches out towards you, Oksana. Oksana, that is a 21 to hit.
Hits.
It reaches out. You take 4 points of necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is decreased by 4. Okay.
I take
So your
4 points of
your
damage.
AC is not affected. You take 4 points of damage, and then next to it, where your total hit points are, move that down by 4 as well.
Okay.
Well, it knows it doesn't want to end here, but perhaps it would not recognize the moonbeam. So it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, but it does pass through the moonbeam.
Do I get attack of opportunity?
You absolutely do if you want it. Hack away.
This bitch wants it.
Con save 15.
Con 15. I'll let you roll your thing first, Oksana.
You didn't silver your fists? Thought we were all doing that.
Okay, we are now called the Silver Glove, I guess.
16 to hit.
16 hits. Roll damage.
Yay.
6. 6 is exactly what you needed. So after this thing drains life from you, as it starts to get away, you take out your dagger, and what are you thinking as you stab this thing?
Thinking This douche. That's what I'm thinking.
Never makes it to the moonbeam as the dagger comes into its back, feeling solidly, and gone. So that is its turn. This is now Erasmus. Erasmus, also on the good list, is going to cross over to the only target that is left. We're going to say if you are on the line, there is no such cover. You can reach out. So first, like a WWE wrestler, Erasmus is going to grab a chair and try to hit this thing with a chair. That's 12, and that hits.
I guess that answers whether we can disturb the spell setup situation.
That is 8 points of bludgeoning damage to Spectre number 2.
Boom.
With his second part of his attack, Erasmus will pull back and almost seemingly gather some force energy in its hand and push it way towards this thing. It will make a strength saving throw. Its strength is literally 1, and I rolled an 8 for a total of 3. So that means this thing is pushed. We're going to say it just gets pushed to the edge of the map, but it will also, as it's pushed, take 10 points of force damage. As it is pushed away from you, Sam, you may take an attack of opportunity should you wish.
You read my stony mind. That is a 31.
That hits.
Dang.
I love it when I can do absurdly well at something with relatively low stakes. 9 radiant damage.
So, smacked with the chair, blasted with the force damage, and absolutely cleaved as it goes through. Sam, call your shot. What does it look like as you kill this last specter?
Sam had recovered his sword down by his side after his last strike. Erasmus came through with the chair and the blast, and as the specter lifted off its feet, so to speak, Sam came whirling around with an underhanded cut that seemed to just pass cleanly through the specter. Maybe it missed it until you realize the specter's head is tumbling off at a slightly different rate than the rest of its body.
There's a moment of stillness. And then from the north, from outside the mist, there's a shriek of terror. And then another. And then a bunch more. And floating out of the mist is a huge, gaunt shape. A skeleton, not thicker than a man, but 15 feet high, and a billowing cloak behind it. And the claws that you saw in the cellar, except not just 2 hands, but more. Claws coming from its entire body out from this cloak. One claw is clutching a book to its chest. Above the table, this is going to be an opportunity for a conversation. You can just hack away at it. However, we will pause the bless. We will pause the spirit guardians. You will not lose anything mechanical and think, oh God, I got to attack because I'm going to lose my thing. So we will action movie monologue however long you want, but you will not lose any of your spells that are timed.
Does Sam recognize this figure, particularly in reference to having identified the dagger engraving from earlier?
Make an Arcana check.
Natural 20 at your service, my lord.
Natural 20. This is the aforementioned Gallows Speaker. You would realize that not only is this a single being with a single malevolent soul, but the Gallows Speaker has absorbed a dozen or more malevolent souls within it. So while it does have one mind and one purpose, it has the power and the evil vengeance of all of the creatures it has sucked in.
Sam takes a defensive, ready stance with his sword and shield up, and he bellows out, "Hold, Gallows Speaker!" Your foulness is not to be allowed. Turn back to the darkness from whence you came. By Lathander I charge you.
Coming just inside the mist, it opens its wretched mouth, and it says, I am Leo Dilisnya. We have waited long. Now we come for the blood that is owed. And it points this long claw directly at Stella Walker.
Sam adjusts his stance slightly so that he is keeping the tip of the claw himself materially between the tip of the claw and Stella.
Gummer looks to Fiona. How does she react?
Make an insight check.
13.
13. Besides the horror, there is a recognition. You can't tell any more than that, but it's not just scared like anyone would be. There's also she seems to recognize what and who this is.
Okay.
We know little of the history of the land you're from, but we do know why you are angry with these. But we stand against Strahd von Zarovich, as you did, and we need their help.
You know not who you protect. The treasonous blood flows through their veins. They will betray you too. Their blood gives them no choice. It must stop.
Their blood will remain where it is.
If they have allied with themselves with Strahd, and they are traitors by nature, then they will betray him, and we can use that.
You do not understand. It was we, my guards and I, who tried to avenge Sergei von Zarovich. He was murdered by Strahd, brutally murdered. Strahd then took the dark gift, and as he slaughtered all of us, my sister, Lovina, ordered our bodyguards to turn on us.
It almost looks, and you can see the claws seeming to move out of this billow as though they are the us.
And it helped the devil murder her own brother. Lovina chose the Walkers. She chose to betray me. You cannot imagine the pain that I have gone through because of that traitor.
You say yourself that families can be evil, but they can also be good. If you were to stand for Sergei against Strahd, then you know that families are not all the same.
Do you know where I have been for the last 400 years?
Of course I don't, but it has hollowed your mind and it has hollowed your heart.
Point at Lady Walker, and he'll say,
She has kept me. Strahd made me a vampire spawn. I hoped that I would die quickly. You have no idea what it is to starve to death as an immortal. For 200 years, my body racked and spasmed with hunger and pain. For the next 200, my body ceased to function, and then my mind began to go. The madness coming so slowly that I was conscious of every moment, day by day by day, as my mind turned in on itself. 30 years ago,
looks directly at Lady Walker.
finally died. An immortal that died of hunger. My soul, however, my soul took all of the pain and anger and fear and turned it to power. The souls of the men murdered by Strahd came to me, loyal past the end, and their anger became mine. Still, I was trapped until... Lady Wachter, did you know it was you who released me?
Sam glances at Lady Wachter.
She'll say, I know not what you are talking about. And he'll say,
You remember, of course, the fit of pointless rage and folly as you left this house. Do you remember what you broke?
I tore the amulet from my neck and I threw the charm on the floor.
Yes, it was that charm that Strahd gave to my perfidious sister to bind me. And then you let me go. I granted your wish on that day, Lady Wachter, as you said the words, I hope you all die. Your mother and your brother died slowly. A fitting end for those you hated, for those whose blood sang with treachery. But you were cunning. As you returned, the circle of protection you cast around the house pushed me out. There's been no way to finish the job until...
Looking at Stella.
Now. My prayers are answered. Not only have they been broken, the circle, but they have come here to me. It is time to rip out the Wachter tree, root and branch. Justice will finally be done.
Justice cannot harm an innocent. Stella has done you no wrong. The blood in her veins is not her destiny. It is merely her origin. How dare you speak of justice and threaten the life of an innocent? The Morning Lord's lessons shall be upon you if you are not careful.
No. The blood which betrayed me, betrayed us all. Blood which flows through their veins right now. You would stand with them against me.
I will stand between you and murder.
It'll move its eyes toward each of you.
Very well.
Reaches one clawed hand and pulls out the dagger, curved with a wavy blade. And he looks at you and he says,
You know nothing of my oath.
It lurches forward to attack. Everyone who wishes to reposition themselves, this is the exact spot he was when he spoke.
After I gave up on talking and tried to let people who are better at that take over, all I wanted to do was stare at the buck that he's clutching and see if there's anything I can tell from it at a distance.
Make a perception check as you were looking while this occurred.
Yeah, it's in that one, plus not much.
It's a leather-bound book. Its claw is covering anything that might tell you the name or anything of it whatsoever.
Fair enough. Oh, I don't really want to be the... Okay, good, same as they all stay.
So as the creature lurches forward, Oksana, from just behind Stella, you see this monster float towards your friends. It's your turn.
She's going to go there and she's going to look at her hands, rub them together, and try to draw upon what she saw when she fed off of Arena and create her ball, but it's this sort of amber color, and then she will shoot it at the Gallows Speaker in the form of Eldritch Blast. That's 14 to
14
hit.
hits.
Oh, nice. That is a shitty. That's 5 points
5
of
points.
damage.
So the Eldritch Blast does hit truly into this thing, and it hits it and seems to push the force damage into it as though it were made of flesh.
And
You get another blast, you know.
oh, right, 14.
14 hits.
7 points of damage.
Second Eldritch Blast also strikes true. Boom,
And
boom.
10.
Right. The Speaker of the Gallows. First, with its bonus action, it unfolds claw, and coming from it are tiny little wisps. They flare with golden light, but it's not a light that nourishes. It's a light that blazes. It will point down, and as this thing flies down, I will need Majesto, Sam, Cormac, and Gummer. I will need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
Dirty 20.
18.
11.
Majesto rolls a natural 1.
Of course he does.
So as this wisp hits the floor, there's a flare of radiant damage that blasts out. Gummer and Cormac, the two of you take 7 points of radiant damage. Majesto poofs away.
Oh.
Sam, you take 15 points of radiant damage. And as this bright damage messes completely with your ocular circuits or whatever is powering you, you're blind until the start of the Gallows Speaker's next turn.
Oof.
7's not bad, but I'm only going to have so many opportunities to even use this in this battle unless it goes on for way longer than I expect. So I will use Stone's Endurance.
Very well.
I feel like Sam's usually blue shining eyes turn into kind of like a shining black.
Do we notice this at all?
I would say from where he is standing, make a perception check, because you can't see his eyes, but you could see perhaps his hands being disoriented. I'll say
Okay.
your DC for this is 18.
19.
The
You do.
eyeball.
It looks like Sam cannot see.
Okay.
As it reaches its claw toward you with advantage as you are blind. Sam, that is a 27 to hit.
Yes, that will strike me.
Sam, you take 21 points of psychic damage,
Ouch.
and I will need you to roll a d4.
No.
I was a 4.
The next attack roll or saving throw you make, you must subtract 4 from the result.
Humbug.
Still use Bless. That all still works. It will use its second attack to do the same thing. Son of Lathander. That's a 24 to hit.
Yeesh.
That will hit.
That is 15 points of psychic damage.
Sam
We will say the
collapses.
D4s do not stack. So, in a matter of moments, this bright light happens. Sam seems disoriented, and this claw just reaches out and almost doesn't claw him. It almost just touches him, and it kind of pulls. And Sam seems disoriented, and then the second one, Sam collapses to the ground. Gallows Speaker move to here. And end its turn inside the Spirit Guardians. So that is a con save, is that correct?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Wisdom slightly better. 17.
That is a success, and it was also a relatively poor roll of 9, so down to 4 radiant damage.
4 points. All right. That is the turn of the Speaker of Gallows. Lady Wachter, watching Sam collapse to the ground. One of the largest lines of defense between Stella and this thing. Lady Wachter's turn. So this is a wisdom save?
Correct.
Or con save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. 14.
I think she's a 13 DC. Yes. So it's a pass. Better damage this time, though. 18, so 9 radiant.
9 radiant damage.
She will just toll the dead on him as she moves over there.
As the bell rings, just looks at her. That seemed not to have done a thing.
Gotcha. Well, going forward, she will do her very ineffective hitting with a stick, but that's cool. That's her turn for now.
She does have the divine eminence thing.
Yes, it's just her hit is not very good, but I'll do it.
That's true. That's true.
Or so, there's a couple other spells, but I wanted to try that at least.
It's true. All right. Lady Wachter holds her ground. Cormac, having seen Sam crumple right in front of you as this tall thing specters over all of you floating.
Can I kind of take a sidelong glance at Gummer and see if he wants to do something about it? Like I'm sticking my hand in my bag and like looking like.
It's not confident, but he gives you a wink.
Right.
I feel like if you can do it in an action movie, you can do it here. A look and a wink is a free action.
Okay, so Revarnthus will run over. I think it's to here. Yes. Okay, and Cormac will use his bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath through touch through the familiar onto the familiar's self, and give him Fire Dragon's Breath. Cormac's actual action, he should be able to dagger True Strike at the guy again. And that's very, very bad, but he's got a reasonably low AC. 12. Not that low.
12 misses.
Okay. Revarnthus will now have his Dragon's Breath and should be able to just catch only Speaker of the Gallows in a 15-foot cone of fire. So that'll be a dex save
right
on his part.
Say 12.
That is a failure. Really good damage. 16 fire.
16 fire. Fire seems to work fine.
And because he's real fast, Revarnthus is going to go over here just to avoid immediately attracting an attack if possible. That's it.
The Gallows Speaker will use a reaction. Having been damaged by Revarnthus, it will take one of these little wispy light things and guide it towards him.
No.
That is... Oh, there's a 10 to hit Revarnthus.
His AC is 11.
Whoosh. The wisp goes just past and splashes, and you can sort of see necrotic damage actually burst out of this thing as it misses. That is a reaction. Gummer, things flying around you. Sam is down.
Deja vu. All right. Gummer was going to move his moonbeam, but I'm not sure. Oh no, it should probably still work. So he'll move it this direction and then bring it over onto the Gallows Speaker with his action. So that is a con save.
That is a 14.
That is a failure.
All right.
And that is 16 radiant damage. He is not using a spell slot. He is using his use of healing word on Sam, and he's going to say, to be honest, I don't know what he's going to say. He's like, I know it hit hard, but you're stronger. That is 11 HP.
Wow. That was nice.
Sam, you shake your head. The blue comes back.
I'm trying to figure out how stupid it would be to move. He won't move. That's his turn.
Very good. Sam,
I object.
on your Sam, on your back, blind, but the wheel's turning again. It's your turn.
Sam pushes himself up onto his feet again using half of his movement and cranes his head to try and hear the speaker of the gallows so that he can swing and attack slightly less wildly than expected. But I assume I am attacking with disadvantage. Okay, so that puts me at 14.
So 14 hits.
Nice.
Ooh. For 6 points of radiant damage. You know what I could do?
You have to be able to see to smite.
I don't think you have to see to smite.
Don't you have Savage Attacker, which lets you re-roll damage, and you can choose which one?
You son of a bitch, I do. That'd be 12. That's better. So that'd be 9 points of radiant
9 more
smite
points.
damage.
2 ones. What a rip.
That was well, you know, I'm
That's true.
only barely conscious.
I guess
so,
it is hard to blind smite.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to attack again with my second attack. Still at disadvantage.
16 will hit.
16. So 12 points of radiant damage.
As it takes damage against you, Sam, it will use a second reaction to reach out again with its foretelling touch. That is with advantage. As you are blind, and that is a 25.
Jinkies.
Sam,
hits me.
you take 10 points of psychic damage.
Okay, so I am still conscious, but barely. Like, Sam's bell has been rung, and he's wavering. You know, he's just trying to center himself and not.
So Sam's that end your
not
turn.
steady. That does, yes. End my life.
Erasmus grabs a chair. Swings a chair. 19 hits. The chair is non-magical, though. So that will do just 3 points of damage. But then Erasmus will still get his telekinetic thrust. And Gallows Speaker will need to make a strength save of 12.
Imagine being that chair, years anchoring a
And that is a natural 1 for a 0. So
Can Gubber
first,
get down on his hands and knees and like trip him?
hard to trip something that's floating. So it takes minimum damage, 4 points. But it can be pushed up to 30 feet away. Oksana, as your turn begins, this thing's looking like some of the claws are sort of falling off of it. It looks very, very, very wounded.
Okay. Seeing that the speaker of the gallows is near Ravanthus, she's going to, with your permission, as part of her creating her ball, she's going to take out or touch, whatever works better, the holy oil, and she's going to use this as inspiration to save her new friend. And she has no idea, by side note, okay, she has no idea what Cormac ever says in his spells. So she literally are like, blah, 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 blah. And she really tried to like channel whatever he was giving in that direction for Eldritch Blast. 22 to hit.
Yes, 22 hits.
And that is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay.
And these multiple mice. And it's going to go over there. End of turn.
Was that both of your blasts? I'm not
Oh,
sure.
you get another blast.
Dang it. Joe, you know everything.
Hey, if I'm going to
Another
take away
blast.
opportunity attacks from Sam, I got to give you extra beams.
Okay,
That's right.
fair.
I worked
Play it
for a
straight.
judge for years. I'm a neutral
Play it
arbiter.
straight.
We were talking about that yesterday. That's funny. Okay. Well, that was a nat 1. So that was
I didn't say you were going to roll well.
well.
And that one, an 8 will miss.
She'll just like look at the holy oil and be like, bro, this is not okay. And then she will go back.
Okay. The Gallows Speaker will use its last reaction to, as the Eldritch Blast damages you, it's going to float one of those little things towards you again.
No.
Oksana, that's a 14 to hit.
It does not hit.
It's again, the little wisp flies past you. And you see it poof with this black, awful energy, but it hits nothing. All right. So it is the Speaker of the Gallows' turn. He is already emanated Oksana, Cormac, and Erasmus to make strength saving throws.
My
How long
dumb.
does this blindedness last, BT dubs?
Blinded till the start of my next turn. You can see my next turn has begun.
Light has returned, and you can look down at your decrepit
He
body.
is no longer he is no longer blind, and now your crevices are overflowing.
Oh my god.
How are my strength saves going here? Erasmus gets a -3. He fails.
14.
Fails. First, the damage. Each of you take 7 points of necrotic damage. However, you are all 3 restrained until the start of my next turn.
Consent, people. Consent.
That is his bonus action. With his action, I think everyone, yes, even Ravanthus. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, jinkies.
14.
7.
14 fails. 7 fails.
TPK.
Cormac is 30-20.
Dirty 20 succeeds.
Rontus is only a 7.
Fail.
29.
Succeed. Erasmus fails.
Wachter is a 19.
Success. If you succeeded, nothing happens.
Cool.
For those of you that failed, all of you have a shared vision. And you're watching not from inside, but from the outside, floating above. And you see a human, balding, sort of short, wispy beard, very almost rodent-like face pointed. And he's standing in a door holding a dagger. The same dagger you saw the Gallows Speaker have. And the door bursts open. And Strahd walking directly in. This is not at all the calm, composed Strahd that you have seen. His hands are covered in blood. All these beautiful clothing just ripped apart and covered in blood. And the blood falling out of his mouth, he looks absolutely feral. And as Leo reaches this dagger, Strahd comes underneath, catches him, and begins to just rip him apart. And as Leo's about to bleed out, you see the teeth come out. So having those deathly visions, those of you that failed, you are paralyzed until the start of my next turn.
Sam,
No.
Drummer.
Revarthus did, and also he lost Dragon's Breath.
Going to roll a d6. A 1 or a 2 is an attack on Oksana. 3 or a 4 is an attack on Cormac. 5 or a 6 is an attack on Erasmus. That is a 2. Oksana, this thing's going to reach out toward you. And it will attack you with advantage as you are restrained. That is a 27 to hit.
Hits.
Oksana, you take 13 points of psychic damage. And I need you to roll a d4.
So 1.
On your next attack roll or saving throw, you must subtract 1 from what you roll. Fear strikes you, having seen Leo Dilisnya's awful death, and everyone else watching this creature specter around as Victor, as fast as he can, is casting this spell. But it may not be fast enough. And we will see if it's fast enough next week. Okay, guys.
Have a good week.
Spooky. We will see you guys all next week.
well.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.